Does the color of the sky mean anything special to you? It does to me. A hell of a lot. When I close my eyes, the sky in my dreams is a deep, dark blue. Pilots have been in my family for 4 generations. Flying's in my DNA. Even so, my grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the ocean air defense the day my dad died in battle.
You know, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the clouds, the dark blue of the stratosphere. Nothing beats being at the controls and seeing it from the cockpit. Look here.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article. Unmanned fighters are no longer a dream, it read. Pilots taking to the skies will soon be a distant memory.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
Know what? Lying smack dab in the middle of the desert west of here, there's a bunch of planes from the last war. Some of them have been mothballed, but most of them are just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super there, so he got to take whatever he wanted, no questions asked. That's how we got the parts to build our own plane. Now, when I say we, I mean me, my grandpa, and his old war buddies. I cut my teeth working with those geezers. They taught me their skills, and some dirty jokes. But with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself. I was at the airstrip doing some flight training when I saw it. A prototype drone. It wasn't much of a plane, more of a trash can with wings.
Laugh at it all you want, kid. But technology's always changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
It took 6 years and 8 months to get that engine running. And it took us another 1.5 years after that to finally get the balance of the airframe just right. I'd gone from being a little girl to, well, still a girl, just older. But now, I was all alone. Wherever the souls of my Gramps and his pals are flying, I hope it's peaceful. Then, finally, I was ready to break the sound barrier. All this plane could do was take off, accelerate, and fly up. Straight up, through the clouds, higher into the sky. Dark blue. I could almost touch it. Then I saw OCS fighters. They were tailing something. A drone. They were going full out chasing that thing. Doing 30 Gs at least. Damn, I've never seen anything move that fast. It had a rose painted on it. The Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from here.
Crap. You should have been where your best would be, you piece of junk. Should have built a return too.
Is everyone here? Settle down. I said settle down. You have all been instrumental in helping to maintain peace in Usea as members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force. Until today. Earlier, Our radar site informed us that a group of unidentified aircraft was approaching. Communication systems went down immediately afterwards. We are led to conclude that they have attacked the site. Here's your mission. It's possible that the Usian ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in over a decade. As of today, the Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron of the IUPF has been put on high alert. All members who have been ordered to sortie, fly there immediately. Find the unidentified craft, then use your weapons to round them up and force them to land. If the hostiles counterattack, then you will...
What the hell was that? There's smoke! We're under attack. Numerous unidentified aircraft have burned overhead. What? How is that possible?
A tank farm to the north has been bombed!
Many injured!
Scramble! All units, take off and eliminate the unidentified craft attacking the base! This is not a drill!
Squadron, aircraft preparations complete. Stand by at the front.
Radar site's still silent. Scramble. Get those birds in the sky. We're sitting ducks. What's happening? Bombers incoming. Don't know how many.
Clear that runway. We don't got all day here.
Mage Squadron, head to runway. Column Squadron, take off. Link to Skykeeper. Hurry, Mage Squadron. Trigger, your call sign is Mage 2. Verify and read back. Mage 2, cleared for takeoff. The situation is tight. It's a hell of a welcoming party, but we have faith in you. Good luck.
Control. Do me a favor and get that bird in the air ASAP.
Hear that? Column Squadron and your wingmen are airborne. Take off and form up with Mage 1. Mage 2, altitude restriction is lifted. Good luck.
The carrier. Whoa. Looks like the harbor's taken a lot of damage.
Can't have any more casualties. Time to stop the bullshit. Mage 2, form up with Mage 1. All aircraft, let's do this. Golem Squadron, it's go time.
Roger that.
Going for understood.
This is the AWACS Skykeeper. Take down all unidentified bombers. They don't have many escorts. They hit our radars hard in the last attack. Expect the worst and stay sharp.
Wilco. Trigger, I'm your wingman. Fly with me now. That's what it means to be in an element. You gotta keep an eye out for enemy bombers.
Missile hit. Enemy bomber confirmed down. Good job, Mage 2.
Not bad, Mage 2. Trigger, switch your radar. See if you can locate the enemy. There it is, sitting there all pretty, just waiting to be taken.
Don't eyes up in there.
They're way overhead. Let's go introduce ourselves.
I am Speed. And you are slow.
Harbor fuel storage is intact. Is asking for another round. All escorts
escorts roll up for another attack. Point is 835.
Watch out for the support aircraft.
Rifle rolling. Bandit. Missile. Evading. Rifle 3 engaging.
Launch 2.
Target confirmed down. Looking good, H2. Locked. Mage 2, target's in range. Pair of bombers.
Trigger, stay calm. You got this. I know the kid's shown some promise, but let's remember, he's still barely got his feet wet. Trigger, don't forget your special weapon.
Bandit has a lock.
That's it. It's great when it's simple.
Enemy bomber down. Nice going, Mage 2.
Not too shabby, Mage 2. You still got a long way to go, kid. I'll give you some pointers back at base if you can make it in one piece. Skykeeper, this is Mage 1, over. Tallying 2 bandits.
Copy that. It's a bomber and an escort.
Oh, there, Trigger. Settle down. Mage 2, maintain your element with Mage 1. Do not break off. Mage 1, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Wilco. Golem 2, let's maintain element.
Copy that, Commander. I've got your 6 covered, sir.
Radio.
Golem, Mage, 2 new enemy groups.
This is HQ. Attention all combat groups. Are there any drones? Verify.
Drones? Are you kidding me right now? Jesus, this is the kind of shit that really chaps my ass. UAVs. I can't tell them apart. Missed.
Locked.
Enemies locked on.
Harbor facility to carrier destroyed. I call that mission accomplished. Set out for baggage. Empty in for the hangars and runways.
Mage 2's bandit confirmed down.
They can burn with their whole payload.
Missile hit.
Hit on target confirmed.
1 remaining.
Mage 2, keep your focus. You got this. Hesitating for a split second could be the difference between life and death. Stay sharp, think fast.
Roger that.
Copyright CNN.
Mage 2, Fox 3. Target is hit.
Woo!
To Golem and Mage, job well done. All bombers are down. Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
Good going, Mage 2. Flight Commander looks like he's got what it takes. Let's slow down. It's just one sortie. Don't try to be a hero. I want you to make it back in one piece, you hear?
Yeah, I gotta side with the boss man on this.
Golem Squadron, this is HQ. Did you confirm any drones?
What's the deal with all the drones?
Golem 1, return to base and report for debriefing.
I am Princess Rosa Cosette Delise of the Kingdom of Erusia.
Where's the tower?
Trigger, your call sign is page 2. Verify and read back.
We are currently assessing the damage to the base. We have confirmed that the aircraft carrier Albatross was sunk. We know the attacking bogies were from Erusia. International Union peacekeeping force bases all over the Usian continent were attacked in the same way. The damage is severe. Many wars are lost by failing to recover from the opening blows. That means successfully retaliating was very important. You may have turned the tides of battle here. You have.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on. I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Usia, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Usia, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency.
Copyright.
They have ordered all its armed forces, including Usian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched
Copyright
an attack on the
CNN.
capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters.
Oh, that's
Some
good.
of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
Oh. That's not as good.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Usia was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Usians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Usia, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer. In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived.
Oh.
I crashed in
You
a
lucky
bombed-out
person.
Ocean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
We didn't even do anything.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship, too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Yuzian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape.
And how'd that turn out for you?
Out and set the dogs on me.
Oh, not the dogs. Yeah, well, good job. You lost an arm.
Erusia has made a declaration to the Ocean Federation and all countries on the Yuzian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advance element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Engage squadron. Sortie, ASAP.
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep.
H2, walking. H2, target destroyed.
Intercept! Fire the AA! Flee our vehicle out of there!
It's popping off now, Trigger. War has officially begun.
Target destroyed. 5 to go.
Get the fighters out there! Protect the radar vehicle! Requesting permission to move the vehicle! We can't wait any longer! We need interceptors now!
Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion. Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
Wilco, here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellites. It's reliable, so trust your radars.
We're using the containers now. Those weapons are meant for tactical flexibility.
That was the last radar vehicle. Great work. Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can.
Enemy transports attacking.
Enemies travel a long way, so they're trying to hit this quickly. Missile closing, you better make it.
Missile fired. Evading. No, they're not linked to the radar vehicle. Launch manually. Redo the setup. Enemy has understood. In pursuit. Here's some feedback from those war merchants. Write your manuals in a language we can understand. Protect the radar vehicle. Return fire. Stage 2, enemy sighted on your tail.
Lockdown bandit.
Break. Break. They took a bite out of me. Breaking.
Targeting range of guns.
6 enemies.
Watch out.
Really good. School 6, Fox 2. Bandit evaded the attack. Break. Break.
Fox 2. Fox 2. Missile connected.
Huh? Keep your mind focused. Enemy transport destroyed. There's more.
I'm icing up! Fox 2!
Bandit evaded attack. Throwing again. Bandit on your 6. Right. Evading.
The clouds don't just affect your field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too.
Rename over clear ground. School 3, you have to bail out now.
Solo 1, the enemy will crash in a residential area.
Just worried about staying alive for now.
Evade! Evade! Dawn 4, Fox 2. Get away from that vehicle! Now!
to attack.
Bandit in my sights.
Missile.
Fox 2.
Missile.
Missile evading. Are you telling me you can't even avenge your home?
Missed.
Locked.
Bandit is in my sights.
The enemy has a lock on you, H2.
Missile.
Bandit evaded attack. Trying again.
5 targets remaining.
Lovely pile of scrap.
Breaking. I need to evade.
All transports have been destroyed, but carried.
4 targets remaining.
Fox 2. I'm on his rear.
Missile.
Missile evaded.
Missile.
Grab the numbers and the strike.
Missile.
Bandit has a lock.
Locked on target.
Caution. Pull up. Caution.
That's a hit.
Pull up.
Move the enemy aircraft away from the base.
How the hell is the enemy able to hit it so accurately when it's camouflaged?
Missile.
Fox 2.
Breaking. I need to evade. Heads up. Bandit behind you.
Stall warning.
Fox 3.
God damn it. My brother was in that radar unit. Column 3. Fox 2.
Missile. Missile.
Enemy missile chasing me.
That's a miss.
Wait, so you want us to take down the enemy without damaging any public facilities? That's gonna be a circus.
3 targets remaining.
Okay, let's completely blind those bastards.
In gun range.
Enemy missile chasing me.
H2, walking.
Everything's been burned down. Bandit in my sights.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
We're taking cover in the clouds. Launch operations complete. Holds are free. Whenever you're ready. Stand clear, 15 meters. UAVs ready to launch. Away! Wait!
What happened? Status report.
Multiple bogeys on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're cleared to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by the way they look and move, they gotta be drones. Well spotted, Clown. No doubt about it, we're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them. Attack missed. HQ, this is Column 1. Bandits confirmed as UAVs. Repeat, bandits are drones.
Column 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out.
It doesn't matter. He's saying the war can change in an instant. Get over it. Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning.
Pull up.
Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah. Column Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to go.
He's mine. He's not getting away.
The enemy knows a few moves, but that's about it. Just chase him down and pull the trigger.
Targeting gun range.
Column 3, Fox 2.
Column Squadron, surround him.
can move fast.
I've maneuvered behind the enemy.
I'll buy a dinner for anyone who takes down an enemy.
There's a bar I want to try.
You're doing good. Just two more.
Crap. The aircraft is icing up. I'm getting a warning.
Get out of the clouds. The ice will melt.
Golem 2, Fox 2.
Page 2, missile away.
So, drones don't feel the G-force, huh?
Down. Nicely done. One to go. Let's get through this without any casualties.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No point arguing that's how war is these days.
You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
Current target is on rails.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar. The first barrier keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim what is ours. The surprise attacks carried out after the declaration of war saw the peacekeeping forces of various countries, including Osea, suffer major damage. The ships moored around the space elevator and near Gandar Bay have been hit particularly hard. Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier, Kestrel 2, was at sea, so it was spared from the attack. Kestrel 2 is now preparing to launch another attack against Erusia's capital, Farbanti. The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape Gandar Bay safely. However, it lost all its aircraft, so it's sailing empty. Today, the International Union Peacekeeping Force reclaims its bid to the space elevator. The Fort Gray's Island Air Base Squadron will rendezvous with the carrier Vulture for a joint mission. The first objective will be to seize air superiority in Schoppenberg in order to secure a route for the support squadrons. The enemy maintains air superiority over Schoppenberg, so expect heavy resistance from enemy aircraft. There's more, so listen carefully. Right from the start of the war, the enemy has been deploying drones. They're using a new advanced type of drone. The unmanned airborne aircraft carrier, the Arsenal Bird, carries this new drone, MQ-101. The Ocean Army headed up the development of the massive Arsenal Birds and dispatched them to the space elevator to provide support. However, it's been reported that the carriers may have fallen into the hands of the Erusian forces. If that's true, it could be a significant obstacle for us. We need to regain control of the space elevator ASAP. Good luck out there.
Squadron, aircraft preparations complete.
H2, begin takeoff sequence. You're cleared for launch. H2 is away. H2, specified altitude reached. Restrictions lifted. Good luck.
Mage Squadron, this is the situation. Gollum and the other bases squadrons already joined forces and are engaged. You guys will arrive right in the middle of the action. Mage Squadron, eliminate all bandits in the current airspace. We have the upper hand, but that doesn't mean we can ease up. Good luck.
Mage 1, Wilco. Mage 1 to Gollum 1, thank your lucky stars. Looking good, Mage Squadron. Keep up that pressure. Trigger time to show the other guys that we get wet wild and do dirty, dirty things. Once you hit one of them, stick to them like glue. Don't let them out of your sights, even in the clouds. And so, your first hunting season will be
Don't let those jerks do your kill. Enemy reinforcements. I don't like these odds. I'm on my target. Gargoyle squadron, take them down. Lock on, lock on. Lock 2. Grand Merchant, bailing out.
enemy on your tail.
Aim pursuit, give me a hand. Ricky.
Mage 2, walking.
Bandit in my sight. That only scratched me up. Continuing with combat.
Bro, that missile would have shot down your aircraft completely.
Missile closing, evade!
I can't, I've lost control. Careful, there's a real demon in there.
If you can't evade a missile, use chaff and flares. Your fingers should still move, even if you're in a 9G turn.
Friendly lost.
4 remaining.
We're getting our ass kicked. Where are reinforcements?
Careful of ice formation in the clouds.
Attacking from directly behind the enemy. H2 hostiles got a lock.
In gun range. Miss, that's a miss.
Missile fired. Evading.
Mage 2, locked.
We have him on the run. Don't let up. They got me.
3 remaining.
Attacking from behind my target. Warning, bandits.
Missile closing, evade!
Evading. Get yours. Stop it. We can't recover. We need reinforcements now.
Put it down.
Mage 2, enemy has a radar lock on you.
Why don't we pull it out? Break. It's all bandit confirmed. That's why yourself like a skeleton too. Moving.
Looks like they weren't ready for a fight. Nice kill.
1 remaining.
Once the enemy gets behind behind me. That's your chance to take them out.
Roger that.
Look out! Enemy behind you!
Locked. Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
I haven't even broken a sweat.
Seems to be crazy to pick a fight with us. A rabid dog would know better.
Missile incoming! Evade! Break!
What the hell?
Caution! Missile!
Caution! A large aircraft is approaching. All aircraft, stay alert.
Oh no. It's that thing. Oh great, now we have the killer drones out there. Oh great, and they're white too, so they look like
We
clouds.
just learned that Eruzia is utilizing the Arsenal bird. Those bastards. They had that thing combat ready this whole time.
Enemy has a radar lock. Break, now! Missile.
We're just waiting for mission command.
We'll live through this, Trigger.
I gotta live through this or else we can't
These
do the
guys are
mission.
definitely a step above the last drones.
Damn, they're agile. There's too many of them.
These guys will go down easy.
Missile. I
I'm
can't
just
get a
gonna
read
use
on these
my gun.
bandits. They're dodging everything I throw at them.
All aircraft, no change in game plan.
Are they kidding?
Destroy the Arsenal bird.
That's a big...
That thing? God help us. It's hard enough just keeping up with the drones.
Bandits are fast as hell.
Golem Squadron, take out Big Baby Huey.
Look at that light from the Arsenal bird. What's going on here?
Serious shit.
Enemy right overhead.
Miss. That's a miss. Missile away.
You're in trouble, Mate 2. Fix. Skeleton 1, check 6. Commander. Tagame!
Damn. Skeleton 1 lost. Skeleton 2, take over command.
Gargoyle Squadron, this is Gargoyle 1. Skeleton Squadron needs help. The hell are we supposed to do?
Status?
Verifying the situation.
Golem 2, missile, evade!
Evading!
This is Golem 3, Golem 2's hit! Status report. Shit, Golem 2, do you copy?
This is Golem 2. Instruments still appear to be functioning okay.
Skeleton 3, break! Missile!
Oh no.
We lost another friendly!
Skeleton 3's lost.
Just keep coming. What's the plan?
Where's that report?
Continue to maintain air superiority.
HQ, what's happening?
Skykeeper, I repeat, maintain air superiority. How'd that happen?
What the hell? Caution. All aircraft, stay alert.
Get out of there!
Breaking!
Control route. I'm breaking it up!
Skeleton 2 lost.
Shit, we got incoming!
Skeleton Squadron is down. We've had too many losses. All squadrons, command has ordered a complete withdrawal. Leave the operation area immediately.
Brilliant observation. If they noticed earlier, more of us would have survived to hear it.
Save your chatter for the debriefing. Golem and Mage Squadron, give our allies some time to escape.
We'll go, but Golem 2's hit. Gotta send her back. Let's get dirty, Trigger.
Shoot down those UAVs. Don't let them touch any friendlies.
Golem 2, head back to base.
Gargoyle 1, escort Golem 2.
Continuing the mission. Still got my wings. Trigger doesn't need to fill in for me. I'm back and I...
You won't make any difference up here. Get back to base and cool your head.
Copy that. Returning home.
Yowza! Mage 2, locked.
This is where we lost. Moving to right now.
Miss. That's a miss. Fox 2. Retreating aircraft. Leave the AO. Allies will hold off pursuit. Column Squadron, Mage Squadron, hang in there and come back safe. Mage Squadron, you're going toe-to-toe with the UAVs. Good work. That's it, Trigger. They're machines. Don't show them any mercy.
Yo, I am popping off, boys.
Machines don't get tired. That a boy, Mage 2. Just keep firing. More UAVs spotted. Gargoyle Squadron, they might cut off your retreat.
My status is fine. Affirmative. This is Gargoyle 1. Leading Operation Airspace with Column 2.
Retreating aircrafts. Prepare for combat. It's a bogey. Gargoyle 1, Column 2, engage now. Attack.
One bandit. SU-30.
Gargoyle 1, caution! Missile! Skykeeper. Gargoyle 1 lost.
What the hell? Column 2, status report. Just talk to me.
I'm against an SU-30. Root wingtips. I can't shake it off. It's matching me move for move.
Column 2, stop dogfighting and run. Get your asses out. Fox 3. Mage 2, UAV down.
Does Mage Squadron still have their hotshot? We just might make it out. Don't look back, just have faith. Column and Mage, we owe you a debt. We'll pay it.
Mage 2, UAV down. Keep it up, buddy.
Fort Gray's aircraft. We'll let you take it easy next time.
I'm dead meat. I don't get it. Why isn't it opening fire? I'm scared. I'm scared.
This is not good. Brony, break off.
Breaking! I can't get him off! Squadron, get those things off my ass!
I'm tied up now. Trigger, can you help him? Mage 2, Fox 2.
He's mine. He's not getting away.
A few seconds could mean life or death for him. Hurry up. I know. All we can do is fly away as fast as we can.
Missed.
Fox 2! Fox 2! Target lock. Firing.
Hell of a good job, Mage 2. We want as many guys out here as possible.
I'm grateful you're around.
Column 2, what's your status? Status report.
He's a predator. The weak get eaten.
Column 2, get a hold of yourself. Column 2, get away from the enemy.
Mage 2, support!
Yeah, about that. Why don't you just come? Yeah, well, she's dead. Oh well, that's unfortunate.
Column 2, lost.
Rest in peace, Brownie. You
Skykeeper,
did 3
where's the one that
missions.
got Brony? I'm afraid he's long gone by now. Sorry.
Come on. Hey, there you go.
All UAVs have been splashed.
Yeah, this looks like the Amazon.
I said what I had to say. About what? Not a girl who'd retreat. Just not in her DNA. That was the right decision at the time. No, I should have never let a fledgling like her out of my reach to begin with. Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, withdraw.
you on radar. You are cleared for approach. The deck is clear. H2, you are cleared for landing.
You gotta call the ball.
Your approach looks good. Stay on course. Lower your speed. 1500 to carrier.
Oh, that's doo-doo. That was a good landing. That was a good landing. I called doo-doo on that. That was one of the best landings.
You are cleared for approach. The deck is clear. H2, you are cleared for landing. 3000 to carrier. Lower your speed. H2, bank right. 1500 to carrier. Your approach looks good. Stay on course. Nicely done, H2.
Where are the arresting wires?
Mage Squadron, this is the situation.
Unfortunately, the two-front offensive was a failure. The aircraft carrier Kestrel II was sunk during the attack on Farbanti.
Huh.
Carrier-borne aircraft mistakenly bombed urban areas, and this has turned public opinion in neutral countries against us. Our own forces also suffered heavy losses. If it weren't for a few extraordinary fighters, many of us wouldn't have made it home. The situation is grim. We have precious little time, however. We have to get to the space elevator.
Bro, I'm an ace already.
Here he comes.
Bro, the dude looks like the guy from freaking Sword Art Online. Freaking Sugu.
Mihai's looking worse.
He's at the Sugu.
Thank God he has his granddaughters here to help him out. They're sisters, 15 and 10. Engaging the enemy in combat so we could use his physiological data to improve the drones had always taken a toll on Mihai's body. But today, he was really showing his age. The drones we based on his data were being taken down at a faster rate now compared to when the war began. When Mihai found that out, he insisted on flying to the front lines to see it for himself. Sometimes he could be so stubborn. His age wasn't the only thing affecting his health. Over the years, flying at high altitudes for prolonged stretches of time had ravaged and poisoned his body. But he was a man of grit. Today, after 28 years, he saw combat again. If his flight suit still wasn't good enough to protect him, I can't imagine how many G's he hit today during the battle. As a pilot, he exceeds all our expectations. It's going to take a bit more tweaking before our drones can match his skill.
How penal is this penal unit, you ask? This place is a shithole. If you took the stink of all the corruption in the world, then corralled it all in one place, that would give you a pretty good idea of what the air smells like around here. We got all kinds of critters, too. Everything from flea-ridden guards, rabid dogs, and a mechanic doing stretch for life. I can't forget the rats. Yeah, we got those. And some pilots who got their wings clipped, too. One's a great pilot, but a lousy thief. One's a gambler with no luck, and one's an anarchist with no balls. Their job here was to rev the engines on the fake runways. The idea was for Erusia's spy satellite to pick up the heat sig. Even though there weren't any real fighters here, it looked like it on their infrared. I bet you're wondering, if Erusia lost the war, how come they still have a spy satellite? Because someone over there was smart enough to train a bunch of computer nerds to hack into half of Osia's satellites. That's how come. Every now and again, I'd try to bust out. And every single time, those damn dogs would drag me right back. When I was in my cell, I'd hear this voice coming from the guards room. It was the Erusian princess rallying her people on the Erusian national broadcast. All us prisoners had become big fans of hers. You want to hear something funny? The guards were big fans too. I swear to God, every time she was on the air, they'd turn up the volume on the radio and sit there listening. I could see how someone like her could win the hearts and minds of soldiers and workers alike. When the princess said something, you could tell she meant every word. Lately, she'd been having more fun with her speeches, and that made her seem even more charming. You could say her charm was like a virus. Whenever she'd point out stuff that was wrong with Osia, the prisoners in here went nuts. Hell, if anyone knew how messed up Osia was, it was the prisoners.
What the heck
They'd
is
shout,
happening?
"Burn Osia down." No way am I just gonna sit here and rot away in this hellhole. Dark blue. Instead of building fake-ass planes to trick Erusia, I'm gonna build one that'll really take off. You can count on that.
As proved by the failure of our previous strategy, the Arsenal birds have bolstered the enemy's anti-air network. This will be difficult to overcome. However, we still need to get swiftly to the space elevator no matter what it takes. Someone there is counting on us. The hero of the Circum-Pacific War and the man who spearheaded the construction of the space elevator. Osia's former president, Mr. Harling. Mr. Harling was inspecting the elevator when the war broke out. He's been classified as missing since the elevator was taken over by the Erusian forces. However, according to the latest intel, a military officer accompanying Mr. Harling hid him inside the facility. Both are waiting for a chance to escape. Enemy anti-air radar network has been set up around the space elevator. It's likely a large squadron would be detected. We will send a single aircraft through the network and send in a rescue team soon after. A number of anti-air radars have been set up around the space elevator. However, our reconnaissance suggests their network is weakest along the southeastern coast of Selatapura, so we can elude the enemy's observation. There are a lot of rain clouds this time of year. Flying through the clouds will enable us to stay hidden from their radar. If you happen to be detected by their radar, we will be forced to abort the mission. The lone pilot who will head up this strategy is you, Trigger.
God dang it.
After you bust through, secure the rescue craft's landing zone by taking out the anti-air weapons. Gollum and others will arrive shortly for support. Provide escort for Mr. Harling's craft after rendezvous. Good luck out there, everyone.
Aircraft preparations complete. Sortie ASAP.
Russia.
Entering operation area. Imposing radio silence. We'll radio you, but you are not permitted to make contact.
If you're spotted, the mission is over. Stay out of enemy radar. Use of weaponry is also strictly forbidden. Okay, you're heading up the Harling rescue mission. The success of this mission depends on you. Good luck. Entering clouds. Trigger, you're a third of the way to the rendezvous point. Good job, but stay focused.
Problem. Situation normal. No change. RTV, going home.
Trigger, you got two directions you can take up here. Just go with your gut. Don't worry, we're watching over you. Ice formation in the clouds. You're making good progress, Trigger. You're currently halfway to your rendezvous point. Look, I'm not gonna lie. It's just gonna be you and your radar out there. Just know, you got a bunch of people pulling for you. And I'm one of them. You're 3/4 of the way. Been a long fight, but you're nearly home. Harling is still the president in my eyes. He ended the war, built the space elevator, and launched a spaceship from it. Despite his success, he remained a humble hero. I'll do my best to save him. Lend me a hand, Trigger. Rendezvous point dead ahead. Hang in there. Trigger, the first stage of the mission is clear.
Oh my god, that was so
The
stressful.
real fight's about to get started. Radio silence is now lifted. The auxiliary craft will be arriving shortly. Destroy the anti-air around the space elevator. We're securing Sea Goblin's landing zone.
Missile.
Page 2, locked. Page 2, target destroyed.
Missile. Pull up.
Target down.
Missile. 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 Caution. Missile.
Break! Missile incoming!
Missile. Missile. Caution.
Trigger, sorry about the wait. Cavalry's here. Column Squadron. Trigger jumped through the fire. Now it's our turn. Understood.
Gargoyle Squadron, stay focused. Y'all know your job.
All aircraft, eliminate the enemy before they can respond. Mage 2, target down. Half of the SAM sites are down. Sea Goblin will arrive shortly. Eliminate hostile anti-air before that. Half of the anti-air guns down.
This is Sea Goblin. We arrived. Do we have a clear LZ?
Mission still in progress. Stand by. All SAM sites down. There are still AA guns. Destroy them and secure the LZ. Mage 2, rescue team can't land until anti-air weapons are down. Destroy them. Mage 2, Fox 2. All anti-air guns destroyed. The landing zone is secure. Sea Goblin, you're clear to land.
Roger. Running point sight. Almost there.
Multiple bandits over Selatapura Harbor. They're container-launched UAVs.
Up to meet our 3 divings.
Rescue craft tagged on. Initiate.
Rescue craft on the ground is defenseless. Gollum and Mage, destroy all hostiles.
It's been a long journey, but you're on the home stretch.
Gargoyle will stand by near the space elevator.
Sea Goblin, heading over to the Express's location now. Run for the container!
Missile. Missile.
Targets down. Nicely done.
Missile, strike.
Missile. 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 Caution. Pull up.
Yeah, Mage 2 destroyed the target.
Ambush! Fire from the far shore! They're targeting us! Get behind the chopper!
Eliminate all enemy UAVs. Don't let up.
Return fire! Sierra 2, hold position! We're cut off!
UAVs approaching the space elevator. Stop them. That's about half. Mop up the rest.
Taking fire! We're pinned down! Shoot back! Express identified! Behind the gantry crane! Mr. Harling, stay right there! Jacob's been hit! Incoming rocket!
Sea Goblin, all survivors, respond. Is Mr. Harling alive?
Oh yeah, all mine.
Caution.
They got the chopper and Sierra too! That was thermobaric!
Caution.
Shit! Rocket!
Damn.
Caution.
This is Colonel Johnson. Do you copy? I am with President Hurley. Rescue unit down, along with the soldier who had this radio. We'll get Mr. Hurley out of here.
Sir, we feel the same way. We'll figure something out.
Going to, hang in there.
We found an Erusian transport craft. Its engines are on.
I heard you were in the Air Force, Colonel. Can you fly?
Better than Mr. Hurley.
It'll do.
Missile.
UAV confirmed down. All squadrons be advised. The call sign is Mother Goose 1. I've sent the information via the data link.
Mother Goose
3 remaining. We're swarming. There's no way we can provide adequate cover. 1 remaining.
This is Golem 3. Landed on my 6. I can't get away.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
We'll pass out some exhaustion before the enemy wears out.
All UAVs have been splashed. All aircraft. Former President Harling's transport is ready to take off. Mother Goose 1, take off.
All right. Mother Goose 1 taking over.
Let's wait till we're home safe. Mage Squadron, Mother Goose 1 is heading south. Provide support. 5 minutes remaining.
Skykeeper, bogeys on my radar. Bearing 220.
Sighting confirmed as MQ-101, forerunner for Arsenal Bird.
The big bird is coming, huh?
Mage, protect Mother Goose 1. Shoot down any UAVs. Golem, intercept the UAVs.
Golem 1 will kill. That last battle taught me a lot about those a-holes. Golem 2, don't stray off on me. Always maintain element.
Wilco, forming up.
Locked. Enemy UAV down. Keep up the good work. Fox 2, Fox 2.
Roger. Sending UAVs at the transport. Orders are to fire warnings. Yes, sir. He's an old-timer. Has no clue how UAVs are used.
Mother Goose 1, UAV on your tail. Take evasive action.
I hear you. But this isn't exactly a fighter.
Trigger, enemy UAV down. Nice work. Keep it up.
Understood. An arsenal bird is on its way. Strategic AI chose liberty over justice. Courses have already changed.
UAV down.
Cargo 1, where's the signal? Cargo Squadron, stand by for my order. Someone's at the lighthouse. Yeah, I need the harbor. You won't be able to get home. That ship isn't one of ours.
Can't let you have all the glory.
Where's the signal? Gargoyle, change radio frequency. Mother Goose 1 here. We're about to leave the airspace. Keep your fingers crossed. Gargoyle, inside. Attention, Gargoyle Squadron, babble, babble, babble.
Gargoyle 3 to Babel. Babel, roger.
Skykeeper, what the hell was that?
Gargoyle did their job.
I figured, but why weren't we informed?
The IUN can't coordinate between branches as usual.
Gargoyle Squadron, report. HQ, 1 hit was scored. The rest were intercepted by UAVs. The elevator's windbreak took a scratch. Nothing more. Roger. Continue to maintain air superiority.
Missile closing on Golem 2. They're after me. Mother Goose 1 hit. Locked on.
Mother Goose 1 has been hit. Colonel Johnson, respond. Mage Squadron, assess the situation.
This is Mage 1. I have Mother Goose 1 in my sight. Cabin's fine, but the cockpit's not looking so good.
Colonel Johnson, are you okay?
The man's dead.
Sorry about that. Just send help this way. I'm sorry. Get Mr. Hurley. Please.
Mother Goose 1, respond. Mother Goose 1.
Skykeeper, should we continue providing cover for Mother Goose 1?
Of course. Locked.
where is the
One is turning. What's going on? They're heading to the space elevator.
It's flying at a steady altitude. Who's in control?
It's not the Colonel. Mr. Harling's the only one on board. Mother Goose 1, respond! Mr. Harling, please respond.
We can't protect our objective if it sticks around here. Now's not the time to freak out, fellas. We've still got a job to do, so let's do it. Keep your mind focused.
Mr. Harling, we are not giving up on you. The UAVs are approaching Mother Goose 1.
Let's go, Trigger.
Take him down now, Mage Squadron. 1 minute remaining.
They're after me.
Mother Goose 1, turn 180 degrees and exit combat airspace. Mother Goose 1, Mr. Harlan, are you piloting that plane?
Oh shoot!
Oh my god, Mother Goose 1 has been shot down.
Where'd the missile come from?
Mage 2 fired that.
It was OG. A friendly missile hit him.
Oh
Verify the
shit.
situation. Stop speculating. Friendly fire. I saw it. Mother Goose 1 exploded in air. No one could have survived.
Looks like it tried to protect the elevator. The Rusian bastards, they just killed a hero.
Mage 1. What's a Trigger?
Well, who's ready to lose our our piloting license?
All over our objective. I told you to keep a goddamn eye on the hatchling. It must have been a mistake.
Arsenal bird is entering. All aircraft withdraw immediately. Trigger, you can't fly for a while. You understand why.
Yay! That's just great. Now we can't fly.
The operation to rescue former President Harling has failed. Sadly, there is no hope he survived. Trigger, you are suspected of assassinating the former president. There will be an inquiry. There will most probably be a court-martial.
Bad news for us here at the prison. The enemy fell for our decoy base. With all the fake planes and trucks we had out, it must have looked to them like the Ocean Air Force was about to go on the attack. Day after day after day after day, they bombed us. Osea didn't give a damn. We weren't soldiers to them, so go ahead. Bomb us. In their eyes, we were expendable. Worth less than the fake planes in the bunkers. No biggie. While I made fake planes, they had me put together some working ones. Then, some genius at HQ decided we should send it up, so the base looked legit. Thankfully, we had people to crew them. It didn't matter what we were locked up here for anymore. Top brass needed pilots, and criminals were all they had. A crook, a gambler, an anarchist. Just your typical lowlifes. They threw each one of them in a cockpit and sent them up to intercept the enemy's planes. But in the end, it was all just for show. So, up they went, day after day after day. Today they tossed someone new into the mix. Wonder what he did to get sent here.
Oh man, that better not be us.
My dad died flying for the Ocean Air Force. When your allies are surrounded, one of the most dangerous missions is giving them cover to retreat. Whoever signed up for that was a real hero. But even more dangerous than that was being the one who had to cover the rear guard's retreat. That was my dad's job, and one time, he called it off. Said it was too late for him. Said anyone else would have done the same. I found that out from a war buddy of his when he came to tell me how my dad died. The next time a retreat happened, my dad volunteered to be in the rear guard. Dumbass. He died all right. no one came to help. The news nearly broke me. Of all the ways to get killed, that's gotta be the most pathetic one ever. Am I right? There's a rumor going around about another inmate. A guy they brought here a little while ago. Get this. Talk in the cell block says he was sent here because he killed Harling.
Oh man, that's
the president of Osea during the last war, remember? He's the one that sent my dad on that suicide mission. He's the reason I had to go live with my grandpa, and why me and Gramps started building a supersonic jet. He's the reason I ended up here. Maybe I should give that guy a thank you note for killing him. Nah. God, I hate the smell of this place. It's all fake and lies and bullshit. It reeks.
All right, guys, I'll let you in on some juicy info. The new guy was found guilty by the International Union Peacekeeping Forces court-martial. He is the murderer of Harling in the flesh. His TAC name's Trigger. Now, as of today, he may be attached to the Ocean Air Force Base 444th Squadron. But that is just some symbolic bullshit. It doesn't really matter if he's Harling's murderer or not.
I'm not.
Every last one of you has been incarcerated for one reason or another. You cons have an obligation to atone for your crimes. A few of you in the penal unit know how to fly, and HQ needs to plug the deficit in our Air Force. So they proposed sending you guys on a reconnaissance mission to the Waiapolo Mountains. But that idea was flat out rejected. Nope, you'll be atoning for your crimes right here at this base. This base is a decoy designed to draw enemy fire. And as members of this base, you'll be taking hits from the enemy. This will allow our forces to safely prepare a counterattack.
Incoming!
Switch off that alarm. It's just the usual. I thought Zapland was supposed to be an isolated area. Okay, I'm gonna need a few aircraft to scramble.
Again?
Wonder how they will lose today. Better than solitary.
Enemy aircraft detected over the dummy runway.
We just need to make it look like we can put up a fight. Some of those piles of junk can at least take off. Let's get the guiltiest cons in the sky first. We'll start with Harling's murderer. We don't expect you to down any bombers. But what we do want is to make them think that we've got an active base here.
It's time to get busy, convicts. Proceed with your mission now.
Follow orders, Trigger. Taxi to the runway now. Check your altimeter and wait in front of the runway.
Control, would you kindly send me up first?
Spare 8, Champ, this is the control tower. You're not cleared for takeoff. Obey orders.
Go to hell.
All aircraft preparing for takeoff. Watch out for Spare 8. He's forcing a takeoff.
I'll take up command. Any objections? That'll get decided in the skies. Touche.
Trigger, your call sign is Spare 15. Consider it your prisoner number for the air. Commencing deception and interception.
Spare 15, the runway's free. You have permission to take off. Go now.
My blood's boiling! Toss the chump in solitary once he gets back.
If he makes it back,
you land your asses.
Champ's gonna survive? Anyone want to bet on it? Spare 15. Takeoff confirmed. Altitude restriction lifted. Go. So, no missiles again. The FCS is locked.
Damn, you're good.
Let's make this more interesting. Prisoners use nothing without supervision. Not even a pencil.
Here comes Harling's murderer. He shot 2 missiles right between old Harling's eyes.
Always in the know, aren't you?
In this war, intel is a life or death matter.
Settle down. Excited to have another murderer with you?
Yeah!
Nickel.
This is Bandog.
Nickel.
Spare 15, I'm handling surveillance. The bombers that attacked the runway are coming back for another round. I know it's just a dummy runway. You guys just need to make a lot of noise. Make them think there's fighters at the base.
Anyone got a smoke? I'll owe you one.
If any of you die, just think of it as you atoning for your crimes.
Much appreciated.
One more thing. Any aircraft leaving the operation area will be shot down. You hear me?
Righto.
Only 3, this is Squirrel 1. No rest can handle. You're safe with us. Squirrel Squadron, get into formation.
Spare 15. Work off your crimes. Spare 15, you're too far away. No time for sightseeing.
There's a juicy target.
Look at them. Blowing up a bunch of paper planes.
The enemy seems to think our Air Force is concentrated on this base. Everything on the ground is fake. Can't the enemy see that? So that convincing. Shit! The enemy just hit the control tower!
Hey, what's with all the shaking? Look! Send in the fire team. Not let the enemy get closer. Are you trying to kill me?
Shall I order them to shoot down all? Commander McKenzie? Damn it! Spare squadron, listen up. Shoot down everything carrying bombs. Weapons free. You're cleared to engage. Show no mercy.
Gonna have to rethink the odds. Had missiles. Wanna bet which one of us gets the first kill trigger?
This is the penal
I'm going
unit.
in first.
I decide when you die.
Alright, I'm assuming command. All aircraft support me.
Who's gonna dance to your line tune?
I'll show you all how it's done.
Spare 15, bandit splashed.
Trigger, keep an eye on your head count. We can compare later. Yeah, I'm betting that report will get dressed up real pretty.
Radar pinged. Incoming hostile group detected. Take care of them.
Righto.
A bomber's at high altitude. Stop watching your own asses and look up. Head to the next target.
Allow me to educate you. In this unit, you get your tail marked with scratches. The more scratches, the more heinous the crime. They're called sin lines. You have 3 scratches, right, Trigger? Well, you are Harling's murderer.
We're cut off. We can't break away. We can't. We lost all of them. Where the hell are we out here? Don't stray from your bomber! I'm hit! Enemy sighted.
Nickel. Nickel. Nickel.
Spare 15 down. What happened?
Oh my god, the freaking bomber.
Spare squadron, listen up. Shoot down everything carrying bombs. Weapons free. You're cleared to engage. Show no mercy.
Righto. Done by now.
Gonna have to rethink the odds. Wanna bet which one of us gets the first kill
Kills
trigger?
after it starts.
This is the
penal
penal
unit.
unit.
If count's going forward,
I decide when you die.
Alright, I'm assuming command. All aircraft support me.
Who's gonna dance to your line tune?
I'll show you all how it's done.
Spare 15, bandit splashed.
Trigger, keep an eye on your head count. We can compare later. Yeah, I'm betting that report will get dressed up real pretty.
Radar pinged. Incoming hostile group detected. Take care of them.
Righto.
A bomber's at high altitude.
Stop watching your own asses and look up. Head to the next target.
Your ass is mine. Allow me to educate you. In this unit, you get your tail marked with scratches. The more scratches, the more heinous the crime. They're called sin lines. You have 3 scratches, right, Trigger? Well, you are Harley's murderer.
We're cut off. We can't break away. We can't. Where the hell is he out here?
Missile.
Don't panic. This isn't our first dance. I'm hit! I'm hit! I have been shot down! Go forward! Check this!
Missile.
Watch 2!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Dodge! Enemy sighting!
Missile. 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 Missile.
Mace is decent at what he's famous for. I wouldn't go that far. Target's that slow on a challenge. Don't let it go to your head, murderer.
Multiple bandits inbound. We got bombers and support.
All aircraft follow me. You too, murderer. Jeez, now he thinks he's squadron leader. They're after me.
Breaking hostile lock!
Trigger, don't get shut down now. I got good money riding on your survival. Some guys have got big money riding on you going down, so watch your back.
Spare 7, shut up.
Missile.
You don't need a yap to pull the trigger.
Missile.
Trigger again.
We're on fire! We're going down!
Don't get excited. It's beginner's luck.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Maintain altitude! Bailing out!
This is a pretty nice ride. The service pretty good. Can't believe these things used to be scrap. Just what kind of magic does she have up her sleeves anyway? I don't know what her problem is. Acting like she's royalty or something. That's because she's the scrap queen. Queen? More like a bad-tempered tomboy.
Bandit in my sight.
Missile.
And Trigger got most of them. Maybe even all of them. That was dumb luck, tabloid.
Spare 15, don't take all the fun away from your comrades. 3 targets remaining.
Missile. Missile.
The targets are still active. Keep up the attack.
What the hell are you doing?
Are you... Wilco, Commander McKenzie, please maintain silence for the moment.
Missile.
Target struck. He's still alive, though.
Missile.
Spare 15, what the hell are you doing?
Missile.
Attack!
Enemy on my 6.
2 targets remaining.
Would someone be a squadron of convicts? Gotta be some kind of reason. Now, the paper-mache strategy at the base seems to be doing the trick. Guess every man and his dog has an idea how to end the war.
1 bandit left. Take him down now.
First come, first served.
Locked on hostile.
Missile. Missile.
Payload unlocked. Begin the attack.
Oh, yeah! Let's do this.
Sparing, watch your mouth. All targets confirmed eliminated.
Hell yeah! Still alive, Harling's murderer? Then dinner's on me tonight.
Cut the chatter, Spare Squadron.
Caution.
Mission complete. RTB. Trigger's still with us. Must have the devil in his corner. Spare 7, what happens if the one you bet on dies while landing?
Stall warning.
Then you win.
Caution.
So what? You're not done?
Just checking.
Spare 15, this is the control tower. Make your landing check. We don't want a wreck blocking the runway. Spare 15, you have permission to land. Wind conditions are calm. 3,000 meters. Too fast. Lower your airspeed. 1,500 meters. Heading is good. Stay on course. Cross the guidance limit. Make a visual landing. Right. Stand by for your next sortie.
I lost a lot of money for that trigger. Don't forget.
Spare 15, the runway's free. You have permission to take off. Go now.
Did I say you could take down the enemy? Throw anyone who disobeys into solitary.
Okay, I'm done.